a woman goes up to a homeless man. She then said that she would give him all that money to marry her. The man then asks if she was sure about that. He tells her to take a good look at him. She says yes, says that would be very good for him, he would need to give a lot of money for him to do that. The man then said that she couldn't have any man she wanted as she wouldn't want to be with a homeless man. The woman then asks if you didn't want to leave that life and not live in the middle of the dirt anymore. He then says that since she was choosing and would accept. The woman then says that she wasn't choosing him because he was handsome, but because she had no other choice. She then tells him that after he got married and she got what she wanted, they could get a divorce since she wasn't going to spend the rest of her life married to someone like him. She then asks if he would accept and he said yes. She then tells him to get up off the ground. He then gets up off the ground and collects the money the woman had thrown at him. Sometime later, the woman goes to see a lawyer and she asks what the woman is doing there. The woman then says that she had good news as she was getting married and that was her new husband. The woman then tells the man that this was her family's lawyer and that she was going to sort out her inheritance situation. The lawyer then greets the two and says it was a pleasure to have them in her office. She then says that the two made a beautiful couple. The woman then says that she was very happy and that the two were getting married that weekend. She then said that she was very happy and that she was looking forward to getting all her money. The lawyer then says that there was something the woman was not taking into account. She then says that for the woman to be able to receive all her money, she would need to be married for more than 6 months. The woman then says that she couldn't wait that long and asks if there wasn't something wrong with the documents. The man then tries to get up, but the woman tells him to sit down. The lawyer then says that she was just doing what the woman's mother wanted. She says her mother only wanted her to have access to the money when she demonstrated that she had found someone she truly loved and that someone showed that they cared for her. She says that was her mother's wish and that she would respect that wish. She then says that she had already found someone she loved and that she cared about her. The man then says that it was true and that the two were in love. He then says that she was the woman of his life. The lawyer then says she was very happy for her. She then says that 6 months would go by way too fast and the woman says she was sure it would. She then tells her and the man to leave. Sometime later, the woman was lying on the couch. She then starts laughing and says that everyone thought she had married the man for love. At that moment, the man arrives and sits on the couch. She then says that if he was thinking that just because he married her he could be comfortable in her house, he was wrong. She then tells him to get her a glass of water. The man then gets up outraged by that and goes to the kitchen to get water. The woman then says that she had forgotten, but that she wanted the cream to massage her feet. The man delivers whatever the woman asks for. She came in and told him to get the chair and massage his feet. He then pulls the armchair closer to the woman. Soon he takes the cream and starts to go over the woman's feet to massage them. She then tells him that he should do whatever she says, and quickly. Sometime later, the woman wakes up in her bed. She is then startled as the man was lying on her and then pushes him out of her bed. She says that she had already said that she didn't want him to sleep with her and that she didn't have his room on the floor below. The man then asks the woman for forgiveness and she asks how many times she would have to repeat that it was for him to sleep downstairs. He then apologizes and says he didn't mean to upset her. The woman says that now she would have to wash all her bedding. She then tells the man to prepare his breakfast and he obeys her. Sometime later, the man was outside the house, sweeping the sidewalk. At that moment, the woman appears and begins to observe the man. Sometime later, the woman comes home and the man greets her. He then tells her that she must be tired and asks if he can rub her shoulders. She then accepts and sits on the couch and the man goes after her to massage her. He then said that he had already tidied up the house and washed the clothes. He then asks her what she thought about him cooking dinner for the two of them. She then said that she would be the one to prepare dinner that day, but he says he didn't want to bother her. He then tells her to wait a bit as he had a surprise for her. He then hands her some flowers. The woman then says that those flowers were beautiful and that now she would prepare dinner for them. The man then sighs with joy. Sometime later, the man comes home and says he had bought a candy to brighten Women's Day. She then thanks him and hugs him. Sometime later, they go to the lawyer and she said she was happy to see them. She then says that the time has come that everyone has been waiting for, the time that she would open the will so that she can pass all the money on to the woman. The man then said he had something to say. He says that he and the woman would part ways. The lawyer then asks what he was talking about. The woman then tells the lawyer to let them talk alone. She then said that she would go out for a bit and that when they were ready she would come back. The woman then said that before the man made any decision, she had to say something to him. She then said that she was in love with the man, because in the 6 months they spent together, he had treated her so well and given her a lot of affection, which made her fall in love with him. The man then tells her to stop with those jokes, but the woman said that that was the truth. She says that in all that time, she eventually learned to love him for who he was. He then said he had nothing to offer her, but she says it didn't matter as they could live very well on the money she had and that she just wanted to stay by his side. The man then asks her if she was sure about that and she says she has never been so sure in her life. He then said that he couldn't deny that he also felt that for her. She then asks if he would no longer have a divorce and he says no. The woman then tells the lawyer that the two had talked better and that they decided that they would no longer divorce. She then says that regarding the inheritance, she only wanted half of it. The man then asks what she was talking about and she says she had a plan. The lawyer then asks if she was sure about what she was going to do with the other half. She then says that the other half she wanted to donate to a charity house. The man then says that attitude was very beautiful. She said she was sure they needed it more than she did. The lawyer then says that since that was the woman's will, everything was fine. She then tells the woman where she should sign and the woman signs a document. The man then congratulates the woman on her beautiful attitude. The lawyer then says that the next day, the money would already be in her account and the other half would already be sent to charity. She then wishes the couple well. The woman thanks him and says that the man was the love of her life. He then says that he loved her and the two begin to kiss.